Hi guys, and welcome back to my channel. By the end of today's videos, you will learn how to create a system that will help aid in your job search or if you're trying to get a promotion. The truth is, when you are already selected for an interview, they know that based off your resume that you are qualified to do the job. What they're checking for in the interview is to see how confidently you could speak about the things that you've accomplished. On the other hand, if you've already landed the job and promotion time comes around, but they've already seen the work that you've done, what you have to convince them of is how much of an asset you are based off of the work that you've already completed. In order to do those two things, preparation and communication are very important. And so building this tool is what helped me land one of my dream roles and what has also helped me advocate for myself in the salary negotiations and promotional conversations. So let's go take a look at how this very simple database works. So this is my work accomplishments database, and for the sake of the tutorial, I'll be using fictional information. As much as I want y'all to follow me, I don't want you to follow me in real life. Anyways, so what we're looking at here is any of the big projects or tasks, and then it notes the start date, how long the project lasted, the role that you had when you were working on that project, as well as the company that you worked at. When you click into the actual project, I have a template here where I note what the project objective is, the scope and responsibilities, the key wins and contributions, the challenges and constraints, outcomes and key metrics, skills and competencies demonstrated, as well as a little section that if I am going to be in an interview, this is the formula that I like to use, which is called the STAR formula. So it notes the situation, task, action, and result so that I can speak about all of this in a concise and comprehensive way. If I wanted to add a new project to this list, I would simply just click the Add New Project button that I created, and from there, a template is going to populate on this page. What's included in this template are the different sections that you just saw in the example, but I also have guiding questions here to help me populate it with the most relevant information when I am filling it out. But there you have it. That is how this database works. Let's get into building it. So to make this database, what you're gonna do is create a new page, but you could also add this to an existing one if you have it. What I'm gonna do first is just add a title, and I'm gonna call this Work Accomplishments. And then I'm going to hover over the title and click Add Icon. From there, I'm just going to add this briefcase icon because I think that it's fitting for this page. Once you have that completed, we're gonna navigate to the top right-hand corner of the page and click this ellipsis menu. From there, you'll see a bunch of page settings, and what we're gonna do is click full width just so that we're making full use of the screen space. And from here, you could also make the text smaller as well as change the font. I'm just gonna keep it at the default font. So now that we have the page configured, we're going to start creating the database. So I'm just gonna click under the heading here, and then I'm gonna hit / and write inline database. You'll see it pop up as you are writing it. From there, we're gonna add a title, and I'm going to make the title Work Projects. From there, what we're gonna do is start adding the different properties. So to add the first property, we're going to click on where it says name, and then we're going to rename this to project/task. And from there, I'm going to click on this icon next to it, and I'm going to select the folder icon. Next, we're gonna add our next property by clicking Add Property. And from there, I am going to click on date. I'm going to rename this property to start date. And if you'd like, you have the option to modify the date format. I personally like the default, but you can do short date, month, date, year, day, month, year, month, day, anything that you would like. It's very customizable, which is what I love about Notion. But I'm just gonna keep it as the full date, which is the default. Next, I'm going to click this plus icon again to add another property. And this time I am going to click select. From there, I am going to rename this to duration. And I'm going to change the icon to a clock. Now, if you hover over edit property, you do have the option to populate this with a bunch of different options. So you can auto populate it to 1 week, 3 months, 5 months, 6 months. But personally, I just like to add it in as I add the projects. So I'm going to leave the options for this empty. What I'll also mention is that you could also just create another property that is called end date and just put the date that it ended. But I find that having the duration is a little bit more relevant for me when I'm talking about the project rather than saying it went from January 2023 to December 2024. I'd rather just know the exact duration of how long it lasted. But again, it's customizable. You can add both, you can add one, you could add whatever works the best for you. So the next thing that I'm going to do is click the plus icon again to add another property. And this time I am going to click select again. From there, we are going to rename this to role. And I'm going to change the icon to this user circle outline. So for this one, what I will do is actually auto-populate it with the different roles. So I'll add technical writer and click enter. I'll also add knowledge specialist. Once you have some of the roles populated here, you could always just click on the role to actually change the color. You can change it to whatever you'd like. Next, we are going to add the last property by clicking the plus icon again, and we are going to click select again. From there, I am going to write company, and I'm going to change the icon to this classical building. Under edit property, I will auto-populate this by adding the different places that I have worked. And again, once you have those added, you can change the colors to whatever you'd like. A lot of the groundwork here is already done. So what I'm gonna do is just click new page just to see how it's already working. So I'm just gonna write new project. And if you click on the start date, you'll see that a calendar pops up and you can click your start date. For duration, I'm gonna say that this project that I worked on lasted 3 weeks. From there, I'm gonna add the role. So I'm gonna say it's a technical writer, and the company, I'll say Sesame Street Technologies. So I like how this looks so far, but what we're missing here is the template, because when I open up the page, there is nothing there. So that's what we are going to add now. So to create a template in Notion, what you're going to do is navigate to the top right of the database, and on this blue button here, we're gonna click the down arrow. From there, we're gonna select new template, and this is where we'll create it. So to create this new template, I'm gonna start by just adding a default title, and I'm just gonna write new project in square brackets. And then next, for the different properties, I'm just gonna reorder them. So I'm going to put the start date, the duration, and the company, or sorry, the role, then the company, just so that it matches the order at which it shows on the actual database. Next, we have all of the space down here where I can put the template that has the different sections and questions, so that I'm making sure that I'm answering the most relevant things about the specific project. Here, you can create your own template, add what is the most important to you. Again, Notion is about doing what works best for you. That's why it is so customizable. But I'll also add the template that I use in the description box below, so that you guys could just copy and paste it directly into your Notion. Once you have your template solidified, you could also choose a default emoji for the new project, and I think I am going to do that. So what I'll do is hover over the title and click add icon, and then from there I'll go to the icons heading, and I'm going to select this minus so that it replicates a dash. Perfect, there we have it. So the next thing we're going to do is just click out of this window, and then we're gonna go back to this blue button and click the down arrow again. From there, I'm going to see the template that we just created, and we're gonna select the ellipsis menu here, and then we're going to click set as default. And then we're gonna set this as the default for all views in the database called work projects that we just created. So now what we're gonna do is check to see if the template is working properly. So I'm gonna click new page at the bottom here. And perfect, we could see that the icon has populated, and when we open up the page, we're able to see the template here with the questions that we will fill out. So we just have one last step in creating this database. I'm just gonna populate it with some information just so we have a better visual of what's going on. With this information that is populated in the database, something that you can do is actually hover in between the properties so that you can manage how much space each property is taking up. And this is helpful just to give it a cleaner look, and also just to make sure that you're seeing all of the information when you first look at the database. So the last thing that we're going to do is create a button. I just like using them on Notion. They just make it look a little better and it's just nice. So in order to do that, I am just going to click on the heading of the page and click enter. And from there, I'll hit /button. Next, I'm going to title this button, add new project. And I'm going to change the icon to a plus sign. So now what we're gonna do is configure the button actions. So when the button is clicked, what do we want it to do? So I'm gonna click new action, and from there, I'm gonna select add a new page to, and then I'm gonna click work projects, which is the database that we have just created. So because this new project template is the default, it's also gonna auto-populate that as the template that will be added to the page. Next, I am going to click on this property here, and I'm going to remove it because I want to make sure that the new project title also adds when we add this new page. Next, I'm going to click add action again, and I'm going to click open page form or URL. Next, I'm going to click on this select page dropdown, and then I'm going to click page added. So just a breakdown of what we just did. Essentially, when the button is clicked, there's two things that will happen. First, a page is going to be added to the work projects database with the new project template that we created. And secondly, it's going to open up the page that we just added. And you can change it so that it opens up the page on the side, or that it opens up in the center of the page, or so that it opens it up as a completely full page. I personally like it opening it up as a center peak. So I'm gonna click done to save this button. And then just to test if it's working, I'm gonna click add new project. And there we go. And there you have it. You have just created a database that keeps track of all of your work accomplishments. So when the time comes, you can speak about it more confidently. If you like tutorials like this, then you can head down and click the subscribe button. And you could also subscribe to my monthly newsletters for more tips and a couple of freebies. But that's it for me. Thanks for watching. Bye.